Good morning, everybody. And I was just going to show you a little bit of progress here on the grinder that I've made. This is my Boyer Schultz 612 Deluxe. I made myself a grinder guard. That's actually a two-piece made out of 10 gauge. And I looked it up on the internet and I found some pictures of it. And they use these little quarter turn with a peg in 3 spots. Here, and here, and the direction of the grinding wheel actually locks it. So if it hits and bangs, it just catches on those pegs. And there's another one down there. So I did my a little bit of sheet metal work and did my grinder guard, and I probably made a huge mistake. I painted it, and then it's like, and the rest of it's like wearing tennis shoes with a tuxedo. After I start like that, I get, I don't know, I'm short-circuited and I just have to keep going. So I probably should have just thrown some ugly primer on there or left it raw and let it rust or whatever. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have painted that thing. Anyways, it's real easy to change. Doesn't need any tools. I think it's pretty safe with the way those pins lock in there. I mean, you just simply can't pull it off. And I don't know if I can take it off with one hand or not. Yeah, I can. So that's the thing there. And it's two-piece. It's got a welded seam inside. And maybe someday I'll shoot some sheet metal videos so you guys can see how I form sheet metal. The top curve was just basically a flat, put in the brake, and then had a small 3/4 inch curve kinked at a 45, and then after the 45 is formed, then you run it through the slip roller and create the sweep, and then the front was just a piece cut out on the bandsaw. Weld the seam inside and out, and then blend it with a grinder and wheels and stuff. So anyways, that's the grinder guard I made. And then I made a little dust collector here with a rubber flap, which actually works really good. It sucks up almost everything into that slot. I think I probably got a little too anal with it. I calculated the square footage or the square inch of a 3-inch circle and decreased it by 10% and made this groove 10% smaller than the circumference of that, or than the diameter of that, as to keep up the velocity, so I don't drop velocity at the square. So maybe I got too anal with it and too scientific, but and that just goes to a hose clamped on there, and then that comes down to my piece down there. I had to make a little adapter there. You see it duct taped on. I had to make another sleeve to adapt the hose. The hose didn't fit on the factory inlet. But the dust collector's all back together, and it works really good. I'm pretty happy with that. And machine's leveled. I got a start level on there now. You see I'm leveled side to side. And front to back for the most part. I don't think we're that concerned with front to back. It looks a little low out here on the front, but it maintains if I sweep the table to the left, or actually to the right. Let that thing calm down. Don't even breathe on these things, by the way. There, she's coming back. So we're centered up on the bubble there with the table to the right. Let's sweep it to the left. Nice and gentle. And watch that bubble come back slowly. Let's see how she does. And here she comes back to the right. Should go about another half a graduation. Oh, there it is. Any of you that have ever owned one of these levels know how much fun they can be put in the hands of a newbie. We were just putting in some pipe racks one day, and I handed that level to a guy. He goes, "Wow, I've never seen one like this." I go, "Yeah, it's a really good level. Go ahead and put your pipe in with it." And it was, well, fun to watch. Okay, but and I did warn him about dropping it, so that's that. So it's good for a little laugh, but the apprentices also like to drop things. And some things I've made. I made this tooling plate, and these are little cams here, and these are for doing my little squares, for grinding the squares. And this is precision ground, so I can pinch a square in here and lock it in two ways, and the way the cams lock, it sends it into the stops this way, so I can work on this outer edge and the actual fence. And the way this tool works is I can put it in the mag chuck flat and work on the fence, and then I can just take and turn it and stand it right up, and then surface grind the face. So that's a plate I made. It holds the squares three different ways: left, right, and then the 45-degree side. So it'll hold a square like this, and then mirror image over here like this, and then it'll hold it like this as well. So these are my surface grinding projects. This is a tooling plate I made. I made a nice little diamond dressing block. Pretty simple. Just throw it down on the mag and pass across the wheel, and it cuts into the wheel and squares it up real nice. All right. So I thought you'd like to see the progress on my Boyer Schultz. But that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching, you guys.